This is Ray W2RE. I'm going to show you how to operate RHR in the run mode using CW. This specifically is going to be for the HH2AA station, but this can be for any station on the RHR network in conjunction with the logbook. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get our console into the beta mode. And that's pretty simple. That's right here. I'm already in the beta mode. So it would say, I think it says enter beta. And then right now it says leave beta. And you'll see up on the left hand side here, up on the top where the stations are, that I'm in the beta. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tab the HH2AA station. That's up on the right hand side. I got it highlighted in blue. I'm going to power on the radio. Power it on the radio using WebDX. I get a pop-up explaining how to use the RHR logger. I'm going to close that. I set the radio up on 10 meters because I don't want to create a pile-up in this video. I just want to show you how to use the RHR logger. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to see it's in run mode. Most likely when you enter the first time, it's not going to be in a run mode. So you just got to click down here by the logger underneath the map. You click run. Okay, now you're in the run mode. And running on CW is a lot of fun once you know how to do it. I actually do this without paddles. I find it very simple to do everything from the keyboard. It takes a little practice, but after you get used to it, you'll be doing this more often than not. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to edit your log entry or your CW entry in the field. I leave it very simple. This is pretty much the standard setup. I have CQDX HH2AA, and then it says up. You can take that out. If you prefer, just want to run simplex. If you do want to listen up, you can put the up in there. Usually I like to listen split between 1 and 3 up. The next thing in the log field here is a report. Leave that. You're just going to send standard 5NN. And then the last thing it says thanks. You're basically going to say TUHH2AA. In my case, I'm going to put up, because I'm most likely going to be listening split. You don't have to listen split, but the pileup will be pretty intense. You may want to do that. So now I'm going to come over here and hit save. My log entry field has now been saved for my CW macros that are going to be sent. So now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call CQ. How do I do that? Well, you want to have your mouse inside the call sign field. And now all you do is hit enter, and listen what happens. I'm going to hit the enter on my keyboard. It said CQDX HH2AA up. Right here highlighted in green, that's exactly what it sent. I'll do it again. Great, it sent what I wanted. Now, let's just say, for an example, a station comes back to me. We'll just use, let's say, Lee WW2DX came back. So I would put WW2DX in the call sign field right here and hit enter. I just sent WW2DX your 5NN. Great. He comes back, he gives me the same thing, or let's just say, argument's sake, he gives me 559. So I put 559 in the call, the RST received. I hit enter. Oh, I just said thank you, HH2AA up. Next guy calls me. It's a Kilo Charlie 2, but I didn't catch the suffix. Now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Well, I know KC2 just called me, so what I'm going to do is, you'll see underneath, it's you got KC2. I can send this 5NN. Probably don't want to do that, especially if there's a pileup. You may just want to send KC2. So how do I get to the KC2? Well, you hit the shift and arrow down, and it gets you to KC2. You see it's highlighted green. I hit enter. All it said was KC2. Now what that means is, the guy that was calling you in the pilot that was KC2, most likely is going to come back to you. Hopefully the other guys stand by. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But at least you now you're looking for KC2. Now you zero in, you got KC2 and it happens to be UPN. So all you do now is you get the full call, you hit enter. KC2 UPN, you're 5NN. And basically, you'll go back to him and say, thank you, HH2AA. Pretty simple to use this run feature in the logger. If you're somewhat proficient in CW at 25 words a minute, you should have no problem getting used to this. You can operate and run guys at 100 an hour. I've had it where, looking at the calculations, when I was on for 1 hour, I had made over 200 Qs during, I think it was CQ Worldwide CW, using the RHR logger on HH2AA. So it's very simple to use this run feature. And when you operate the HH2AA station, you're specifically going there for one reason: running. You don't want to go to that site to go S&P. This is for you hardcore guys that want to be on the other end of a DX pileup and build up your CW proficiency. However, you can use this station in SSB. We don't have any voice queue or anything like that, so you would have to do that all with your voice. But the same thing, you just enter the call sign in the signal report and just keep on hit there entering. You could easily run 200 an hour on sideband doing the same thing, and I know guys have been doing that. So this is a quick overview on how to use the run feature specifically to the HH2AA station. But again, you can use this on any of our stations if you use the RHR logger. Thank you for watching the video. This is Ray W2RE.